Hello everyone, Joe Fletcher21 here. I'm back with another exciting Clash Royale video. So today, you can already see in the thumbnail, we're going to be talking about the community post that I have done about like 6 days ago. And basically, because I was going to give it some time just so you guys can vote. And it basically me going to be talking about the huts. Now, of course, the reason why I was making this video is because of, well, one, it was for the community post, I already say it. But at the same time, I was just wondering how, the state of the huts. Why have they not do anything with the huts? Because I know they're trying to make the game fun. I know they're trying to do balance changes there and there. And honestly, they were trying to make everything go well. But at the same time, we gotta give these cards that have been basically not really good, like, improve better. And it sort of bugs me how they neither of them have been basically changed in a while. I want to say like a year, except for like the barbarian hut. But even so, barbarian hut like rework wasn't even basically good. And honestly, it just annoys me just because of it. So let's first gonna be talking about it. I feel like I should give my reason why I made that community post, because I feel like that'd be also interesting for you guys. No, the reason why is because of, at first there's a bunch of people over these times with, Barbarian Hut, of course we got Tombstone, Goblin Hut, and basically Furnace. I'm not saying they are bad cards. I'm just saying when it comes to giving them value for their elixir, they just don't give good value. They just don't. I don't know why. Maybe because of like where we at now, since we've got tower, more like new tower. What do they call it? New princess towers or something like that. I don't know how they call those. How do you call those again? I forgot. Not to be rude. Tower troops. There you go. Tower troops. And it's basically, it makes it difficult because, everybody knows that Dagger Duchess is legit the best. It still is the best, even though it got nerfed. But Dagger Duchess also basically counters pretty well with all those troops. Again, it basically, Spear Golems is one shot. Furnace is basically two shots with the fire spear. The only time it'll probably maybe connect is with the death spawn. That's all. And then the barbarians, the only time it will probably connect, like if they do leave it alone, it probably will connect over time because barbarians actually have good decent health. But at the same time, you gotta remember that these huts, the reason why they're just not playing well is because of basically the game system where it is right now. Of course, we got these tower troops. They're basically counters for them, and not only that, they know that over time they cannot leave that alone. So what to do? They got another building to basically counter it. And of course, not only that, for spells too, spells like fireball, poison, snowball, yeah, arrows, yeah, you can name, even the void does really good counters against these huts, just because they give really good damage. And honestly, it brings them down to basically low health until done health. And honestly, they just don't give great values. And no, it's pretty difficult to say it like that, because I didn't want to make this video at first, but when I saw that community post, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna make it just because I haven't talked about or basically what I think about these huts, and this be a great video for it. And it just hurts me how, because some of these huts, they have potential to be good. The last one that was really good was probably the Spear Golems. And the reason why Spear Golems was really good is because of that depth spawn. It used to be 3. But then they decided to nerf it, make it only 1. And then they nerfed the HP more and more. Barbarian Hut used to be really good. I'm not sure, how good it is. But it used to actually have pretty decent health. Back in 2016, 17. You know, it didn't spawn a lot, but like yet again, it was actually pretty decent. But you know, of course, over time they had to nerf it, and honestly, it's just been where it is right now. Of course, you got all of these spells that basically counter it. You got all of these cards that actually do counter them completely, no questions. And they just, with their elixir and value, they just don't give it. It's always, most of the time, a negative elixir trade. I say most of the time because they be sometimes. I mean, sometimes it might actually do well. Okay, but I don't know. I can't really say that just because, like, dude, I haven't like played those HUDs, and it just honestly hurts. Now for furnace wise, because you know you guys uploaded the furnace the most, and honestly, I would say that it probably needs help the most, just because again, spear HUD or goblin HUD, you know, it got its work there and there, but I feel like furnace have been, or basically almost every spear have been the worst. Maybe, you know, electric spirit actually doing not bad. Ice spirit is okay. Heal spirit and fire spirit, they're not doing really good because you know, just dagger dodges and like honestly the cannoneer, it's just basically one shots them. And honestly, you can't connect with them. You just can't. It's really horrible how you suspect it was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get some little chip damage like that. But even with the ice spirit, the heal spirit, of course, electric spirit, and also the fire spirit, they just don't connect when it comes to dagger dodges and also the cannoneer. It just doesn't work like that. And because of like, you know, since they basically almost get one shot almost every time, they just don't give out great value. And for like the furnace, I feel like they should make a rework for the furnace. In my opinion, they should make it 4 seconds with the spawn speed, but keep it like, you know, 28 or 32 seconds. And then the death spawn could be like, you know, 2 fire spirits. I know sounds a bit too much, but I'm just saying like, or maybe like double it, like every time it does spawn, it spawns 2 fire spirits instead of 1. You know, back in the old days, it used to spawn 2 fire spirits. But then they brought it to 1. And like even every time they make these changes, they don't give great value anymore. Like the rework of the barbarian HUD, I legit thought it could actually work because, you know, it's going to want elixir down. Yeah, it is getting HP nerfs, you know, spawn rate nerf and all of that. But honestly, it just stayed the same. Not only that, it actually went worse. Yeah, it went actually worse than I expected. And honestly, it just doesn't make sense, really. It really doesn't. Like, when I see this car now, I'm not gonna lie, it was like most of the time I always have dagger dodges. Just because, like, dagger dodges, again, is the best tower troop out of all of them. It just counters, you know, the flames fully well. Again, I feel like they should definitely just rework all of these cards, maybe get some nerf from like the HP, but at the same time like buff their spawn rate, so when they do spawn, they're like spawn with like a decent army and be like, whoa, this could actually change. And honestly, I like that idea. It just hurts me how, you know, over time they just, you know, they're how they are right now, and I feel like they just deserve better in my opinion. I know this video coming out a bit, how can I say? Like, it's supposed to come out a Sunday, but it didn't happen. So I'm posting this on Tuesday. Yeah, because I had to retake this video like 2 other times. And honestly, I got sick and tired of the 2 other times. So I want to make sure I can do it like early in the morning so I could just get it out of the way. Not to be rude, I'm just saying like, it does annoys me when I had to record the same video like a lot, because then I'm just basically wasting my time. Plus at the same time, I made the first one way too long. I made it like 20 minutes long. I'm trying to keep this one at least like 12. So I think I'm just gonna end it right here. I just feel like, honestly, in my opinion, they should definitely just rework all these HUDs and buildings, or, you know, basically, you know, the barbarian HUD. Goblin Hut, and Furnace, and make them actually, just better. Just better in general. And just in my opinion. Well, I see you guys next time. Hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you.